quote from one of your former employees, which I thought really summed up a lot of what you have achieved. He said, he is Werner Braun Braun, Howard Hughes, Henry Ford, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and every other badass rolled into one.
Yeah, that's probably a bit generous.
Didn't you say to me earlier in this conversation, we don't want to do business with jerks?
Who does?
Right. Well, so I'm wondering, well, in my business, sadly, it's occasionally necessary.
Much unfortunate. You could power the entire United States with about, let's say, 150 to 200 square kilometers of solar panels. The entire United States. Take a corner of Utah. Not much going on there. I've been there.
Do you think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth?
It seems probable, but I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true.
How do you plan a business where you know, the rocket business, you know some of these things are going to blow up on the launch pad? How does the business plan work?
I don't really have a business plan. Guys, imagine we had, $6 million in a pallet of cash, and that was, $6 million falling through the sky. And would we try to catch it? I say we do. I say we give it a shot. Worst case, it ends up at the bottom of the ocean, but maybe we do catch it, and then, hey, $6 million.
Let me know when that pallet of cash is coming back.
Yeah.
I'd like to give it a shot, too.
It might as well be a pallet of cash.
If you could take one person to Mars, who would it be?
But we're not have to populate the planet or anything.
No, you don't have to. It could be a
someone extremely fertile.
And we're funding the company for merchandise sales. So thank you for anyone who's bought our flamethrower. You will not be sorry, or maybe you will. It won't be boring.
Hear crazy things. Went to Russia 3 times to negotiate a deal to buy a couple of the largest ICBMs in the Russian fleet. A strange experience.
How do you even get into that negotiation?
Well, you talk to people who know people, and pretty soon you're talking to the Russian rocket forces, and it turns out Russia's quite a capitalist society. The ultimate goal of SpaceX is to develop the technologies that can take humanity to Mars.
Would you want to be on that flight?
I'd like to go to Mars, absolutely. I think it would be great to be born on Earth and die on Mars. Hopefully not at the point of impact. It's more dangerous to patent than not to patent. Since our primary competitors are national governments, the enforceability of patents is questionable. Nobody's a CEO of a company forever. Eventually, they carry you out. A friend asked me at a party, hey, what are you going to call a third generation car? I was like, well, we've got the S and the X, we might as well make it the E, And then it kind of stuck, even though we're just kidding. And then just to sort of add to it, we also just for laughs trademarked the Model Y. But I guess things are pretty dry in the trademark world, so nobody picked up on that. And anyway, then Ford gave us a call and said they were going to sue us for using Model E. And we're like, okay, like Ford's killing sex. That's that's terrible. And it's like, that just seemed extremely crazy that GM would ignore this, because it's quite rare for people to hold a candlelit vigil about a product, and particularly a GM product. So,
Everyone in this room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. That's what you said.
Previously, when people have tried to make a reusable system, they found that they would get some portion of the way and then conclude that success was not one of the possible outcomes. In government programs, of course, the program would still continue for quite some time.
Are you now like, fuck no, I am not starting another company? Are you still thinking that?
Yes, that's how I feel. That is.
But how? I mean, on a regular day for you, are you sleeping? You're not sleeping a lot, right?
Well, geez, do I look that bad?
No.
You are moderately busy running $2 billion companies that are stretching the boundaries of space and time and energy, and you came to Dublin. What was the attraction of this event this time?
I understand there's really going to be a great party tonight. You have this great shot of green planets on a red background, and I thought, okay, maybe that would get
the money shot. You got to beam
that. Be the money shot, yeah. I'm never quite sure whether that's a sort of a word you can use or not.
What kind of government do you envision for the first Martian colony?
So we have to be careful
and what's your title?
Yeah, exactly. Emperor or God Emperor? I don't know. It might be too much. I don't know. If you watch my jokes here, not everyone gets irony. You know, must remember. Much less than we spend on healthcare, but maybe more than we spend on lipstick. You know, something like that. And I like lipstick. It's not like I've got anything against it. Yeah, I can't wait for that comment to go out there. Has the sweetest smile. My little buttercup, where do you stay a while? Won't you stay a while? Moonbeams meet the sky, and you and I will walk the by on by. Well, this is really winning.
When you first told me that you were thinking about tunnels.
When did I first tell you about that?
Years ago.
Okay, it's like a long time ago.
Yeah,
like
I thought you were joking.
Yeah, it was. I was joking, but...
Here we are on top of our giant ball of liquid oxygen. They say SpaceX has big balls, and it's a crazy car to have as a daily driver, particularly on the 405.
So, but I understand when you got it,
yeah.
You're driving down 280, and you wrecked it.
No, well...
And you... Let me just tell the story, and then you can correct
it.
Because the story's great, and I hope it's true.
Yeah, let's see if the story that you tell is actually... How that compares to the reality, because the reality is pretty messed up.
So, hopefully the reality's better. So you wreck the car, you get out of the car, you're doubling over with laughter, and the person with you said, why are you laughing that you just wrecked this car? And you said, no, you don't know the funny part. It wasn't insured.
Well, the punchline's correct. Probably number one on the list of famous last words, I said, watch this.
Is there a parallel with how you build companies in that story?
I hope not.
Let's see what this thing can do.
Yeah, watch this. That could be awkward with a rocket launch.
We were first talking about the concept. You know, tunnels feel like a resolutely old school solution to a problem.
I'm sad that I invented tunnels.
Very competitive person. You're competing with the likes of Jeff Bezos in...
Jeff who?
Our own U.S. Air Force is funding the Russians to compete against us. It's super messed up. I mean, what the... You know.
That picture at the end is a picture of one of the circuit boards inside the Roadster, right?
We try to confuse the aliens as much as possible.
So I have a Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay, and I love it. I love it. You've got a new thing that you think people are going to want for their Tesla. Jim, can we show the footage of this? I think it's called, this thing is the power arm. That is an extremely...
It's a snake bot charger.
It's a snake charger that automatically plugs into your car when you get home.
This looks a little wrong, you know.
That really looks like the thing that jacks into the back of Neo's head in The Matrix.
Right.
All right, is that thing going to attack me in my sleep?
I wouldn't, for the prototype at least, I would recommend not dropping anything when you're near it.
Okay. All right.
There's competitors now ramping up, and
Yeah.
as you're familiar with, BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car? Actually, you know what's great is the Lego movie. I really like the Lego movie. It's really great.
Okay, I know what the headline tomorrow's now going to be.
Everything is awesome.
Wait, don't go in that way. Don't go in that way. Go away from me.
This is crazy.
Go away from me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Jesus, sorry. Speaking of mishaps, I just stabbed you.
This is
pretty great.
Yeah, this is the queen.
Have you seen this one?
I saw it earlier today.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Be aware she can move in any direction.
The queen is very powerful.
I like that she's standing perfectly in that black square.
Yeah.
And it makes you think she's gonna just only step into squares, like almost like Cubert.
She's with a bishop.
Oh, she's with a bishop.
Yes. And the bishop.
So this is like a game of chess.
Yes.
Essentially. And notice he's also on a black square.
Yes. A queen and a bishop. Well, first of all, I should say I'm a big fan of NASA. In fact, at one point, my password was I love NASA.
What would be your mediocre superpower? Now, this is absurd to ask you because Tony Stark is partially modeled after you.
Right.
So you actually are sort of have real. So we are going to ask you to
He doesn't technically
downgrade.
have a superpower, I guess, except like inventing technology or something.
Right. So we're sort of asking you to downgrade from that a bit. So an example of a mediocre superpower would be one of the best ones we've ever gotten is this guy who wished to temporarily detach his arm while spooning with a girl. Sometimes it's staying.
That's what he wants to do with a girl?
That's awesome.
The Model X is now over 2 years late. What went wrong?
Well, I do have an issue with punctuality, I have to admit. Any natural resource extraction on Mars would be, the output would be for Mars. Like, it definitely wouldn't make sense to transport stuff 200 million miles back to Earth. Honestly, like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in pre-packaged, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here. Maybe good times for the Martians, but not back here. You could make a swarm of assassin drones for very little money by just taking the Face ID chip that's used in cell phones and having a small explosive charge and a standard drone, and have them just do a grid sweep of the building until they find the person they're looking for, ram into them, and explode. You can do that right now.
You're obviously thinking about, lots of things, but when you play games, are you satisfied, or are there things that frustrate you about games? What do you want to see games do in the future?
I don't know if I should say.
Yeah. You working on a game too?
No.
Okay.
No, but I mean, like, I don't know.
And he's a designer, so he's good at sort of the styling of the cars, but he thinks it's all about styling, and it's not. It's really, this is, the reason we don't have electric cars is not for lack of styling.
Right.
Aren't there all these problems on Earth that we need to deal with, and shouldn't we focus on that? And the answer is yes. I mean, our primary focus should be problems on Earth, but I think that there should be some small amount that's given over to the establishment of a colony on Mars and making life multiplanetary. By small amount, I mean some number less than 1% of our resources. So, it's not as important as say healthcare, but it's more important than, like, say, cosmetics. I mean, I'm in favor of cosmetics. I like them; they're great. But lipstick or colony on Mars, I don't know. I think the reality of being president is that you're actually like the captain of a very huge ship and have a small rudder.
Okay, what is it? Stop sending me this shit. Wait, that's not Post at all. Who is that guy?
That's me. That's
Oh
me.
my
That's
God, is that a
me.
weird combination of you and Post?
Yes.
And this is this a real tweet?
No.
Okay. Man, dude.
We went on a date. All I was talking about was electric cars. That was not a winning conversation.
So it was a bit of a monologue, was it?
Yeah, she said. She said the first question I asked her was, "Do you ever think about electric cars?" She said, "No." She never does.
So you learn from that. That wasn't the best shout-out line.
Wasn't great.
That's
But
great.
it has recently it's been more effective.
In my case, when I was 10 years old, my father was incarcerated. He had threatened someone with a gun. In Switzerland, it's a very bad idea to threaten a banker with a gun. Mm-hmm. And he had a drug in his system, a sleep drug, which was found then later on to create quite a few side effects, including extreme violence. And his case was reopened. He was the first person to be pardoned by the cantonal parliament in Geneva. And at the time I thought, he got away with it. He had a very good attorney. Ironically, 15 years later, I'm doing a PhD on sleep. I challenged one of my professors. I said, what if I use this particular drug, for example, in mice? And he said, Philip, you can't use this. It makes people psychotic and aggressive. So once I had heard this 15 years later, I thought, okay, this is perhaps my father was not or was not guilty at all. So it was interesting. My first reaction was to pick up the phone and apologize 15 years later to my father that, I had doubted his innocence.
I thought you were just bullshitting.
Exactly.